Hello everyone, how we doing today? I hope you are fine. Well, today's topic is about learning languages. I'll be speaking about how to understand uh, the language or the system of learning languages. But especially in this episode, I'm talking about languages. They are like, I call them regular languages because I'm familiar with them, or probably you also are familiar with them because they are very famous, or maybe they are popular, they are very common, or we like them. However, it's just about languages we know like French, English, Portuguese, Spanish, Romance languages, Italian, Turkish. Turkish is not a Romance language, or even German is not a Romance language. Probably Danish, maybe Dutch. However, well, these languages I understand the system of them, how to learn them, the right way to learn them. But for example, languages like Chinese, like Japanese, like Russian, I don't understand the system of them. They are just totally different. But I'm also interested in this, so later I'm gonna create some episodes about that. Like how to understand the system of Chinese, the system of Japanese, Russian, Korean, all these, okay? So if you want to learn language, if you want to speak a language, my friend, you have to listen a lot at first, because speech comes through listening. If you want to speak, you have to listen a lot, and then you're gonna come with a word, two words, phrases, and then sentences, and then you're gonna go on, you're gonna speak. But in order to listen, and in order to speak, you have to listen. So in order to listen, or in order to understand what you're listening to, you have to study, right? Because you're not gonna understand, like, you could understand, but it's gonna take a long time to understand through the intonation and expressions and uh, you have to go to a country, they speak this language, and just live with them. You're gonna learn the language. Yeah, you're gonna learn it alone. This is another method, but it's hard. It's not available for everyone. It's not gonna be provided for everyone. I don't know, but just I'm talking about self-studying here. This episode, that you have to study by yourself. How to do that by yourself. How to do it alone. It is very important. So I'll tell you how. As I told you, you have to listen a lot. So you gotta study phonetics, for example. You have to know the sounds and just how to pronounce the words and this kind of stuff. But then go on phrases, study phrases. So we're gonna be dividing them, and like each level is gonna be like A1, A2, B1, B2, and then C1, C2. With each level, you gotta implement a plan. It has to have a plan. You know what I'm talking about? So what's the plan, or what are the stages that we're gonna go through them? The first stage, you should study phrases a lot, just understanding the structure of the language and the grammar and all that. And at the same time, you have to know some grammar, some just understanding the grammar rules, but do not memorize them. Don't go deeper into grammar rules. Just be like understanding the rules, and understand the grammar rules, and just learn phrases. These are the two things are very important. These are before listening. So in order to study phrases that you're gonna have a big amount of vocabulary, and you understand the structure and the grammar, and everything. So you just like A1, you finished the phrases in A1, and you understood the grammar rules in A1. It's just the first level. Then don't go to A2, my friend. Just go listening. Go listen a lot. Listen, 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 until you think in the language. You know what I'm talking about? Because when you listen to things you understand and you've studied before, you'll understand the meanings, right? So here's we're going to implement what the best teacher I've heard about him before. I've learned through him a lot. AJ Hogue. We're gonna implement his plan that you have to listen a lot in order to speak. You have to listen. So if you could listen for like 1 hour and you understand most of the words, like from a podcast or a movie or a program or a TV show, interview, however it is, just listen. If you could speak 24 hours, if you could listen 24 hours per day, do that. You know, in order to speak, you have to listen a lot, and you already understand the phrases, and you have a big amount of vocabulary, and you know more vocabulary, and you have no problem with the grammar rules, and also you know how to pronounce very well. So you're actually ready to listen because you want to speak, and in order to speak, you gotta listen. So this rule you have to know it, guys. So we're still in A1. What are we gonna do later? You're listening a lot, and what you listen, you understand it. You almost understand everything, not everything, because you just listen for, like, this is level 1. This is the level that you're listening, and so you just have later do some shadowing if you want to speak, or put yourself into a conversation, or listen to many stories, like a story that it like or whatever. Just ask yourself the 5 W's every time, like, where am I, what is this, like, when is it gonna happen, all these questions, the 5 W's, who's that, what's that, these questions, they make you understand, that they make you speak, they make you think in the language, and they also, they just let you think in the language, and they let you speak, they make you go into conversations and speak, and do some shadowing, like, the method of the shadowing, that you listen a lot, and you repeat what the speaker is saying. You just pause the video after one phrase, and just try to say it like him, the same intonation. Automatically you just speak like a robot or like a machine, but it's gonna make you speaking very fast, or just you're thinking about the language, just this language. So, and also we have to put yourself into conversations, try to speak, do all that. And also, just don't be afraid of making mistakes, because making mistakes is being afraid of making mistakes is not gonna make you learn, because you cannot escape from making mistakes, my friend. You're gonna learn through your mistakes. Just learn from them. Even let someone to correct you or whatever. Just even go do interview and get the feedback. Do interview and get the feedback. Learn through your mistakes. Don't be afraid of that. Because this is exactly what I've done, my man. This is I learned phrases, and I understood the structure of the grammar. But I'm telling you, just don't go learn phrases in the levels, or six levels. You just want to divide them, individually, level by level. Just take that level, study phrases, understand the grammar, and then go listen a lot, and then try to speak as much as you can. Try to use them. Do shadowing is important. So the first stage is going to be learning phrases, understanding the grammar. The second stage is it's about listening a lot, and the third one is about many stories and speaking and shadowing. So if you do that, yeah, you'll be speaking fluently, whatever language you want to learn. But I told you that there are different systems in Chinese and Japanese and Russian and Korean, So I'm talking about, like, if you want to learn English, French, like, for example, Arabic it's way different about the system, about the sounds, the grammar, however. But if you implement, that this is the basic thing that you have to learn, that just learn phrases, understanding the grammar, learn how to write, like, the words and the phrases, and then listen a lot, and then try to speak. So if you just have any question, tell me what you want to know. If you want to learn more, if you want to know more, ask me whatever you want. I'll leave the link of my Facebook in the description, and the Instagram. And I'm trying to coach people. I'm a language coach, and I'm learning languages. I'm interested in this. I'm an expert in learning languages. I'm learning Spanish and German. I speak English, good Spanish, but I'm trying to improve Spanish as much as I can. I'm learning German. I've learned some French. I'm on my way. I'm helping myself, and I'm helping people. So it was just a pleasure to meet you. I love you all, and we'll be talking later. And this is it. That was just all about it. So I'll see you later, guys. Bye bye.
This is the little bit of skill here from Courtois. Look.
Wow.
Havertz does the right thing. He tries